Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the United Star. Today we have MUSC Goa with us to do a preview of the Bournemouth game. And we're yet buzzing from that victory against Brighton because that, to be honest, was the best performance we've seen this season, in my view at least. And it was an incredible performance. And we just have Gaurav and Karan here to do a preview of Brighton with us, like I said. And Karan, let's get straight into it. It was an incredible performance, a lot of star performances. But what do you think of the rock in midfield, Nemanja Matic, and how important is he to us?
Well, first of all, thanks for getting us here. I mean, it's a great initiative from you guys. Well, coming back to Nemanja, I think when he signed in 2017, I was pretty buzzed because I loved Nemanja Matic at Chelsea. He's the kind of CDM that we want to have at the side. I think last season he was overworked and he just lost his place. The McTominay injury really helped him, I think, get that chance, and he's taken it well. I mean, he's just allowing Bruno to just drift free, and I think Pogba has just been sort of told you to just forget about the defensive work. It's all Nemanja Matic. I think he's one of those unsung heroes of the season. This 15 run unbeaten run that we are on. I think great performances by him.
I think you've summed it up perfectly. But Gaurav, going from our old warhorse in Nemanja Matic to the youngest player who started on the pitch there, Mason Greenwood, how incredible was it to watch an academy player perform like that on the day?
Honestly telling you, Mason Greenwood, looking at him improve over the few seasons, the few matches that he's played. Initially, I used to think, okay, we are promoting academy players, how good it could be. But looking at his finishes, his first touch, I think he's got a really strong potential to be one of United's finest, if at all. He really wishes to follow Rashford's footsteps. Rashford was one of our own, and he's done really well for himself. So I think Greenwood in the future is quite promising. And of course, if you've seen his few matches lately, his goals, he's almost scored in every match that he comes on as a sub. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I feel his touches are brilliant. His finishes are brilliant. And he's provided a lot in this young age, considering that he doesn't have much experience also as a first team player.
Yeah. Mason Greenwood reminds me, I keep saying this, that first goal he took, the way he fainted and the way he scored keeps reminding me of Wayne Rooney. But Vishesh, Gaurav mentioned an important point about Rashford. How do you think the team gelled in the last game? Because it was, at times you saw Greenwood was popping up on the left and Bruno on the right and Pogba was sitting back. And then at times Pogba was forward. So how do you think that gelling was going and how was the intensity? What did you think?
Personally, I think there's a flow within us now that we interchange positions really easily. I don't think it's coming down from the manager; it's the players doing it on their own, and you can see that with their performances. In specific, Greenwood coming back for defense, us pressing up high. All of that is showing that the players want to play for this manager, and they are trying their own tactics as well. Talking about the Greenwood part, I have a question for Gaurav and Karan actually. Do you think that we need Sancho if Greenwood keeps performing this way?
I'll just say I think we do need Jadon Sancho because Mason Greenwood, for me, he is an out-and-out striker. That's where he's played for the academy as well. I think I'm very happy that he's taking that right wing role very well. But I think we've had a huge problem ever since we told Valencia to go back to right back and all of that stuff, and we have not replaced. You know, a proper right winger hasn't come in this club. I think since Sir Alex Ferguson, we really need Sancho because I think that will take us to another good level. That we need some real world class depth at this club, and I think Mason is that he's getting more game time. He's improving. So we'll also have to look at his game time. You don't need to gel him in nicely, his conditioning and everything. So we do need Sancho.
Yeah, yeah. I couldn't agree with you more that we need to have a problem of plenty at this club. We can't be going for the spoils of like our academy players and all. We need Jadon Sancho, world class player, absolutely. But coming back to this game and coming back to the lineup, Gaurav, what do you think our starting 11 is going to look like for the game against Bournemouth? Are you looking at any changes, or what do you think we're going to come out as?
Yeah, looking at that, I think there wouldn't be much of a change as such. But I would love to see Greenwood start, to be honest. because considering Bournemouth, okay, it's not a huge threat to us in our top four competition, but I feel that Greenwood would get this opportunity to make sure that to show what he is really worth. So I think Greenwood should start in this the next game that we play.
Right. Right.
Other than that,
Karan?
I think there's no other changes that I think would make a difference.
Okay, so you think we'll play the same lineup as that we played against Brighton? So we'd have De Gea in goal, Van Bissaka right back, Maguire, Lindelof, Shaw, Matic,
Yeah, that pretty much,
Bruno,
yeah. Because I think,
Rashford.
yeah, we should go ahead with, yeah.
Okay. Karan, do you see any changes? What would your 11 look like?
Actually, I thought Luke Shaw might sit out. He's played a lot of games, and I think he needs a rest. But Ole took all of them out at 60, 65 minutes, so I think they got the rest. I don't see any changes for this lineup. And considering our fixtures, I think these guys are doing well now. They're looking more fitter, so I don't see any changes for this particular game.
Okay, that's interesting. Vishesh, do you see any changes? We've spoken about Matic, but could he be rested? He's played 2 games in a row now.
Not really. I don't see any changes either. This is really surprising. There's a United squad with no changes for over 3 games is not something we're used to. But I don't expect any changes for the simple fact that we have a good amount of time off after this game. We have roundabouts, I think, 5 to 6 days off, so the players can get the necessary rest. And Matic, while we all say he doesn't have the legs, he's proving us wrong. So yeah, I don't see any changes. Same starting 11 as the previous game against Sheffield and Brighton.
I mean, I've done a lot of these previews, and I think this is the first time that I think that we're going to have a same 11 go into the next game. And this kind of consistency is almost scaring me at United, but it's in a happy way. So let's talk a little bit about Bournemouth. Bournemouth have been in a terrible run of form, probably going to be relegated. Do we see any threats from Bournemouth?
With Bournemouth, I think Callum Wilson always he switches on against us. But I don't really see a threat right now because I think I've checked their form. Last 11 games is what, 2 wins and a draw. I think they've come back in a very pathetic shape from the lockdown. The way they played at Palace, it was really shocking. I mean, I love Eddie Howe's football. He's attacking, he's forward minded, but I think Bournemouth have conceded defeat right now. I really don't think that we should be too worried. Obviously not complacent, but I don't think we should be too worried. It's again
Right.
just like Brighton, get the early goal and get into the groove of the game. That's it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Gaurav, do you think the fact that Eddie Howe has openly come out and said that Fraser will not be playing again for Bournemouth works in our favor because he's such a big and important part to link their play up? So do you think that will help us in a way?
That could actually, yeah, because we could take that as an advantage in a way or the other. I mean, yeah, I think other than, yeah, I mean, there's no threat as such uh, in the game which we play against Bournemouth.
Absolutely. Vishesh, what's your prediction? I mean, I can see Karan and Gaurav are very confident. So Vishesh, I'm going to come to you first and then come to them. What's your prediction for the game?
To be honest, I'm scared again for this game because these are the games that we've been losing, right, in the start of the season. So hopefully, let's go for a 2-0. I want to say a 3-0, 3 consecutive 3-0s in the Premier League, but I'm going to go with a 2-0.
Okay, Karan, Gaurav, just the rider. Vishesh has gotten all his predictions wrong, so don't listen to him. What do you all think, Karan? What do you think is going to be the score?
Why I'm confident first place is I think Brighton looked scared yesterday. It looked like they were playing the Manchester United yesterday, and Bournemouth are really they're fighting a fight of their lives right now. I'm going to go with the 3-1. I think we will concede this time. Just switch off one time. I think 3-1. I think, yeah, 3.
Okay. Okay, Gaurav, for you?
Yeah, I think it would be a 2-0 as well because I feel we will not really let them concede, but also in the same time, we will not concede much. But again, judging from the performance that we had against Norwich, we cannot really say what could happen. But I really feel that it could be a 2-0.
I'm going to call it. We're
With
going to have 3 Premier League clean sheets in a row. David De Gea looks like he's back. Aaron Van Bissaka looks like he's learned how to play attacking and defensive football. Luke Shaw is looking like in the form of his life. fridge on wheels. Harry Maguire looks safe again. Victor Lindelof is not doing badly. Come on, guys, let's have 3 clean sheets in a row and let's go and get this done. So I'm going to go for a 3-0. Let's hope that it happens. 3-0 in a row. But Karan, which player do you think is going to be a man of the match? Which player is going to be our best player against Bournemouth?
I want to say Paul Pogba now. I think he just looks fantastic since he's come back. I mean, the football he's producing right now, I mean, it's champagne football. I'm going to go with Pogba. I think he's going to get a goal.
Okay. Gaurav, for you?
I think it would be Martial if he starts. It's highly possible that he'll go for goal and he'll play the depth inside, right in through the defense of Bournemouth. So I think it could be Martial, considering that he gets the goals.
Okay. And Vishesh?
I agree with Karan. I want Pogba to be the man of the match, to be honest. We've seen everyone be a man of the match, right? Martial, Greenwood, Bruno. Yeah, I think it's time for Pogba to show up. Not that he's not playing badly or something, but yeah, it's time for him to get on the score sheet. So it's Pogba for me.
Right. It's again like it's brilliant to not have heard Bruno from any of y'all, because it's almost as if nowadays Bruno is a guaranteed man of the match. But yeah, I hope it's Paul Pogba. But I think personally it's going to be Marcus Rashford. I think Marcus Rashford's going to get 2 goals in this game. He's looked amazing, and it's just that final pass or that final goal that's lacking. And this is the game, guys. I'm calling it. This is the game after restart is Marcus Rashford's game. So there we have it. We've again got 3 different players who we think are going to do well. We all think they're going to win. And this unbeaten run is going to extend to 16 games. And Manchester United is here to stay. We're in for the 3rd position, as Ole said. And thank you so much, MUSC Goa, for joining us today. It was a pleasure having you all. And hopefully we'll see you all again on the channel. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. We'll also put MUSC Goa's Instagram description in the handle, and please go and follow them. They're doing some great stuff with United. So thanks, guys, for watching, and thanks for joining us, MUSC Goa.
Thank you for having us, guys.
Thank you so much.
It was fun.
Thank you so much.